Not to be presumptuous, you may remember I'm Steve, this is Steve. Welcome to Steve Shack. Before we get started, there's something we gotta take care of.
As you might recall, we always do a different chaser with our tequila shots. I've chosen pickle juice.
I've chosen a lime whose age cannot be determined by modern science. You just
I reached for a lime, but I don't have one.
Now, as they say in the movies, there's no turning back after this.
I'm gonna throw up. Oh, the pickle juice was amazing. That went really well for me. I love pickles and pickle juice, so.
The lime should have been thrown away many calendars ago.
Today we'll be playing Truth or Drink. So basically, the name of the game is to ask a question and then you either answer the question or drink. So Brooke's gonna go first.
What's the bitchiest thing you've ever said about me behind my back?
I feel like I've never said anything super bitchy. I might have complained if you like I'm thinking of if you had wanted to go out and then you didn't want to go out anymore, and I was
Flaked,
oh my god, Brooke flaked.
And I habitually flake, so probably
Our upstairs
warranted.
neighbors are knocking on our floor. Name a time you could have helped someone but didn't bother.
Recently at Kroger, I was at the end of my shopping and a person working there was sniffling an awful lot in one of the aisles, and I chose to horse blinders, they're having a moment, I don't need to do anything. But if I were the true protagonist.
Oh, they were crying.
I think they were crying.
I thought you meant they had the sniffles, and I was like, what were you to do?
Well, it is
a COVID world, yeah.
Right, maybe they're rabid with the plague, but I do think they were having an emotional crisis, and I chose to swiftly move around them instead of saying, are you okay? So a fear of vulnerability prevented me from saving someone's life.
What would be your cheesy 20-second game show contestant anecdote? I'm Brooke, and I blah blah blah, and da da da, and win this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It would be I'm a recluse who gets addicted to one meal each week, and then I decide to log online.
Oh my god.
Something of that nature.
That was perfect.
Oh, if I couldn't reach an itch, would you do me a solid and scratch it?
Yeah.
You would. I may not because of, I don't know. It would depend on what time of day it was. Probably. I'm just ashamed of intimacy, I think.
That's a different vlog.
A whole different patient-doctor relationship narrative.
You're up.
Tell us about a time you lied to your parents. Did they ever find out?
Well, my parents might watch this. I choose to drink.
Fair is fair. The rules are the rules.
I've never lied to my parents, that's why. Tell us about a time you were shot down romantically.
The only date that I've ever initiated was a year and a half ago. And this girl was what I would call aggressively giving me vibes. And I messaged her on Facebook to meet at this thing she mentioned. We went there. We spent the whole evening together, and I went ahead and waited until the very end, 2 to 3 hours in, and I said, are you gay? And she said, no, I get that all the time. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and fold myself into a drawer and set that drawer on fire and have a close relative throw that drawer away.
And Brooke was inside of a cabinet as a drawer on fire, and I had to put it out with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
So if you are that straight girl,
wow.
But not fuck you for being straight or if you're being open about it. It was just
FML vibes.
Right.
What's guaranteed to hit you right in the feels?
Anything, as it turns out. If you were a Care Bear, what would be on your belly? I love that question, that's cute.
Me too. It would be a frog. Frogs are the best. I wish I were a frog.
Great. Also, shout out PhD on my sweatshirt. You can buy merch somewhere.
Simply some of the best merch available.
We're road tripping through the middle of nowhere. Do you have me drive or navigate?
I'm gonna request to drive And for some
Which
reason,
I love. Brooke always loves to drive, and I love that she loves to drive because I like to be not the driver.
what is your happiest memory from when you were a single-digit aged child?
My favorite memory as a child is anytime I got to hang out with my older cousins. Shout out to all of you. I love you. Those are the happiest memories. Also, anytime I was hanging out with Ryan Sandy, which we met when we were probably like 9, so that goes into double digits eventually. What is something you're struggling with that we don't know? I feel like that's fucked up. When was the last time you cried? What happened? Do you need a hug?
I almost cried when I got a flat tire today, not to brag. Called my parents, whimpered to them when my first attempt at fixing it didn't work.
So,
I don't need a hug. Do you think I have a more dominant or submissive personality? Do you have any examples? Take your
I'm gonna
time.
go ahead with submissive. Our neighbors just threw a bowling ball.
They went
on
ahead
their
and
floor.
agreed with Bob on that one.
An example being, I don't know.
So slick and under the radar, submissive that no
You
one
wouldn't even
knows.
know. She puts the miss in submissive because you're like, where's Brooke? I miss her because she's not there. I promise you.
What's the hold music for your brain?
What?
What is the hold music for your brain?
I don't know what that means.
So like when you're waiting for something to happen, what sound fills your head?
Oh, Your Woman by White Town.
Can you give me, is it in a movie? Is it
Dun,
something
dun, 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 dun.
incredible? No.
I can never be your woman.
That was great. I wish I had an inkling.
Liking what piece of pop culture gets someone your automatic stamp of approval?
The L word, period.
What percentage of the time do you think I'm completely full of shit? I just want to shout out the fact that one time I asked Erin this and she said 90.
We're
I'm not
talking-
saying that there's not a percentage that I'm not full of shit.
I mean,
there is.
I would agree with that on the grounds that we're all around that number.
You get to travel back in time to warn me about one thing. What would it be?
A little something I like to call a situation that originated about 10 months ago, maybe 11. God knows. A little sidestep. A little
I have no idea what you're talking
raising
about.
up the guard. A little
Shit bird.
a certain shit bird who we wish could have been spotted from much farther away. Who we tried and thought, and yet who seemed to dig himself out of such a spotting. He? Pronouns?
It was a he.
If we were flying somewhere together, who would volunteer to sit in the middle seat?
Not me.
Not me.
I would never volunteer. If you said objectively that you wanted to sit in the aisle seat or window seat, I would be like, okay. And then I would make passive aggressive comments about it for the rest of the trip. I love the window seat. I need the window seat. If I don't have the window seat, I'm not going. So no, I would not volunteer.
I would never volunteer. If someone were interested in dating me,
What would you tell them to make them change their mind?
what thing about me would you tell them to change their mind, literally?
Nothing.
Suggestion, she's a recluse, fears society, intimacy.
I would never say that. What have I ruined for you? It is called Truth or Drink for a reason, folks. If you're still with us, we're still going. We got some more questions coming your way.
Keep calling, keep texting your senator.
Who would play me in the Oscar-winning film about my life?
The first thought that came to my head is Patrick Fugit, who is,
I have no idea who that is.
he's so much older than you.
If you have any suggestions
just
on who
say
should play
someone.
me in my Oscar-winning movie, leave it down below in the
Please
comments.
leave it down below because there's gotta be someone better than Patrick fucking Fugit, who has been in nothing since Gone Girl as a side role as a cop. Give me a break. How many kids is too many kids? How many will you have?
One kid is too many kids. I'll probably have like 2 or 3. Of the people here, who do you think makes the most money? What makes you think so?
Well, nowadays, Due to a recent employment opportunity,
Brooke still makes more money.
that's been accepted. I actually don't know, because I don't make tips.
I don't make tips. Where?
DJing?
No, not for real.
Okay.
Welcome back. We're here to shift the gears.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Do you think I'm capable of doing something you could never forgive me for? I don't know why I said it like that, but I please hope not. Like f***ing your brother. Oh my god, I can't put that. Oh my god.
He would never watch this. What's something you've always done and only realized as an adult it was weird?
Most of the things I do. What would you never ever want my help with?
You know what?
This is a stupid question anyway. Have you ever had a discovery about your parents now that you've grown up?
Yes. Because they told me. What is your worst coping mechanism / defense mechanism?
My worst defense mechanism is probably, sometimes I say things that I wish I could take back. Like I have like a sharp tongue when I get impulsive. And I'll cut you up like a bitch.
Heard.
Do you think I sometimes take advantage of other people?
No.
Tell us about a time you got more wasted than was advisable. We already talked about
Not
this in a
enough
different
time
one.
in the discoverable universe. If you were to kill me, how would you do it?
Oh my god, we've been watching a lot of Sopranos, as we mentioned, so I'm very excited to answer this.
Not a chop chop.
No, not a chop chop. I would just like kill you, like shoot you or whatever. Then I would take your body, boil it down. So I would chop chop. I would chop, boil it, and then I would put it in my grinder and roll it into like a cone. And then I would smoke it in your memory. You're welcome.
Gorgeous. Have I ever done anything you think should have gotten me shit canned?
No. Well, yes, but
Canceled,
but
fired?
not like to me.
Okay.
And no. I would say no. Are there certain situations with me you avoid on purpose?
Hanging out late at night so I don't stay up too late so I can get to my job on time. Just like I want to do.
We love her job.
Just like what expresses my soul.
I just threw the card and it landed perfectly on my cup of water. What are the odds? How comfortable are we with one another? What things would make us uncomfortable?
I don't like to be seen without makeup. So once I take a shower, I try to be reclusive, but I'm trying to get over it.
All right, bonus round. This is it. Do you sometimes lie about being busy if you don't want to deal with me? This is stupid. I'm sorry. Bonus round. If you discover you'll die today, what will be your biggest regret?
Fear of the unknown. Your Google history has been made public. Which search is the hardest to explain?
People's names. I am such a stalker. Like, I will search, like, if I, like, meet someone on Grindr or, like, Tinder or something, I will Google them. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Steve.
And I'm Steve.
This is PhD. Buy PhD's merch. I will put the link in the bio. We love you all. Stay slutty and stay sexy. Loves it.